cause y'all know what it is.
TR3YWAY Network.
I was with Rich Rapper.
I was next with you.
What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? Rich Trapper tapping in, TR3YWAY Network. Back in this thing, back in this thing. It's like cracking this thing here at TR3YWAY Network. It's that good news you can use. It's that good knowledgeito you're not finna get in nobody's collegeito. Make sure you hit that notification bell at the top. Hit all, stay tapped in for the latest and the greatest. Hit that like, hit that hype, hit that comment, hit that subscribe button, and make sure you hit that share button for everything we got going on here at TR3YWAY Network. Make sure you tap in. Leave a comment because we're going back to the chili giveaway. So when we get to 31,000 subscribers, we're going to make sure that we pick the best comment between now and 31,000 subscribers. We're going to give you some chili, big dog. So it's important that you comment. It's important that you comment. It's important that you comment. Once we get 31,000 subscribers, we're going to make sure that we let y'all know an exact date and exact time that we will be doing a live to give away that money. You got Cash App, you got Apple Pay, you got Zelle, you got Venmo. Don't worry about it. We're going to make sure you get that chili. Make sure you hit that like button, that comment, that good subscribe button. TR3YWAY Network. We taking it back to the basics, man. What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? Rich Rapper tapping in, TR3YWAY Network. Back in the same, like cracking the same here at TR3YWAY Network. News you can use. It's that knowledgeito. You're not finna get nobody's collegeito, big dog. Hit us with a like, with a comment, with a good subscribe. Everything we got going on here at TR3YWAY Network. It's that news you can use. That knowledge you're not finna get nobody's college. It's newsington. You can usington. Knowledgeito. You're not finna get nobody's collegeito. And yes, I am still wearing my Ricky Bobby hat. Ricky Bobby hat. Because if you're not first, you're last, bro. Because if you're not first, you're last, bro. That's Ricky Bobby style way of thinking. But we finish up into this good content, man. News you can use, not doing anything anybody's college. Let's tap in with this tap in. Let's see what Damian Porter has going on by way of OG Boskoe from Hoover. Got some things to say to Brazy and Cstar. Let's get into it. Let's go.
Everyone, an OG Hoover member, OG Boskoe. He crashes out somewhat on Brazy of Who's fame from Denver Lane Bloods and Cstar from Rolling 40's Crib for the content that they had put out on TR3YWAY 6K. Of course, Cstar is the one sort of who broke the story at first about TR3YWAY 6K being attacked there in prison. So OG Boskoe here, and regardless of who it was that was saying this, I would play it, is saying that these individuals were out of line, out of pocket for running this kind of content because they're in prison with these cell phones that are illegal, and they should know essentially that the police are listening to these calls, watching these videos, whatever, and that basically you dry snitching on them, that you got them caught up. Now, I guess the same can be said about me, because I reacted to the content, to the videos, and spoke on it as well.
At least he's being 100.
Let's get into it and see what he has to say about this situation. He's addressing Brazy and Cstar.
You can get you a couple of noodles and sardines and tuna, whatever the fuck it is that they're giving y'all now and shit. You dig what I'm saying? Throw little red oysters and shit like that. I get it. But at the same time, bro, you got this. If you in there on your blood shit, whether you be Brazy or whoever the other little nigga is, and everybody else is talking about it, all that old type of shit.
You talking about Cstar?
But especially for you cats is in jail with these phones. Where the fuck do y'all draw the line at? Because it's like this, bro. You never know what the situation is. Nigga, they in the hole. They still in the investigation. ISU and all that old type of shit. Motherfucker might not trying to. Motherfucker might wiggle out of a shoe turn. So here, man. I'm gonna just speak on shit about the boy.
No, I can see that. I can see that. You never know how the situation can go. And, you know, the dude might be able to move or maneuver out of his shoe turn, but then the police might look at the internet like, hey, that's inmate number blah, 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 blah. He's all over the internet telling us what's going on. Let's see what he has going on. Let's see if he has any new information. So I can see also.
TR3YWAY and all the shit I've been seeing on social media and all that type of shit, right? But what blows me, what made me come and holler, was like, what the fuck is y'all doing? Niggas in the cell with them phones and shit you speaking about. Who got DP? How they got DP? You giving out the names, or who got bust on? Who got this? Who got that? Just all for content and shit.
Yeah, I think he just did like.
It's wrong. It's that. It's this. This. That. Because you in that life. You in that life. I don't fuck with it because it's not meant for no solid dude. You
Brazy covered up. I'm interested to know what you all think in the comments. I mean, so he just said that they are in.
I mean, if that's the case, shouldn't nobody with a cell phone in the penitentiary put up nothing at all? If you have a cell phone in the penitentiary, whether it be good, whether it be bad, you shouldn't be on the internet. Instagram, MySpace, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, none of that. You feel me? So, I mean, I'm just saying. We'll go for one, go for all, because it's a lot of self-incrimination.
The whole, whomever, TR3YWAY and maybe the attacker or whatever the situation, some individuals who attacked him, whatever, the investigation is ongoing. He said that these individuals may be able or may have been able to wiggle out of a SHU program. The SHU, of course, being the security housing unit there in prison, the whole, but for an extensive amount of time. So they call it the SHU. Of course, you end up heading to the SHU program once you catch a stabbing, stab someone, beat someone too bad, kill someone, what have you. So chances are some individuals involved in this could be headed to the SHU program. So he's saying that they may be able to wiggle out of the SHU program. They may have been able to wiggle out of the SHU program for whatever reason. They could say whatever happened inside of the cell or on the yard or both or whatever to try to get out of the situation. But by you guys getting on the internet and saying names, who stabbed who got on who, he was screaming and hollering, and I got his hot pot and all.
Now, that is to be, desired. That is to be, decided later on by he who desires and decides. But here's the thing about this too. These are not constituents of TR3YWAY. These are dudes who don't care for TR3YWAY. These are dudes who don't like TR3YWAY. These are his enemigos. These are people who have direct enemigo ties to him, whether they be blood or crip. They could both agree at one thing, that they don't agree with the fraternity that TR3YWAY aligns himself with. So I don't think that it was more so, whatever the result was, what the result was. But I'm not even gonna say I know it wasn't with the intention of trying to get anybody in trouble. It was more so for the intentions of embarrassment, humiliation. It wasn't so anybody can get sent to a SHU or not. They don't care about that. They care about the world knowing that their opposing factor was made into a victim. That's what the point of this was. So I'm not sure about snitching. Humiliation for sure, but I don't know about snitching.
All this, he's saying that you guys just exposed, you just completed the investigation for him. You just exposed everything. You just exposed that he didn't fall off the bunk and get a puncture wound, that instead he got.
But then here go the thing too. TR3YWAY has since been on the internet by way of a phone call that he had his people put out telling his version of the story what happened. So, at any point does self-incrimination play a factor in any of this? At any point does self-snitching play a point in any of this? Because, all right, everything should be true. But if he told on himself and he went on to tell his version of the accounts of what happened, seems like maybe he shouldn't have said anything either. Just saying, you're mad at somebody else for saying something about it and put it on the internet because you guys are in jail, but then you're in jail and you do it. I don't know.
Stabbed. And then naming the name of who stabbed him and, etc. And basically said that that's why he's not on the internet. He doesn't do content because it's not a lane for a real solid individual. Because you have to be careful about the content that you're doing and the things that you're putting out there and the things that you are saying on the internet. And, since it's such a slippery slope, I suppose at this point, he doesn't even bother with content in the internet. Of course, he's here on the internet now, saying what he has to say, but I get it because he wants to put this message out about some of the content that's being made. I guess in particular, clearly he's focused on the individuals that were in prison or that are in prison, Cstar and Brazy, that, as I said, I suppose broke the story, if you will, were some of the first ones to speak about it or whatever, really brought it to light, or at least Cstar did. And Cstar was telling Brazy about the situation. Brazy just happened to be on the phone and on the live. So I guess he doesn't have a lot of fault in it. I guess he carried on the conversation, but I don't think Brazy said a whole lot, actually. It's like, oh, that's crazy, that's crazy.
I don't think Brazy said anything.
Cstar's the one that exposed what had happened, or at least part of the story, named the individual who he said got on TR3YWAY in the cell at first.
Yeah, I think it was more so of a listening ear.
Even though we found out after the fact that it was a lot more than that was involved in the situation that Cstar had alluded to. Nevertheless, again, we hear Boskoe here saying that they should not have had the conversation on the internet at all, particularly naming names, and because the investigation, again, is still ongoing. You know, nothing's been settled yet as far as, oh man, you're going to the hole for sure, you're going to the shoot program for sure, we're going to give you a case for sure, you know, what have you. This is all still up in the air. Maybe they don't even know who did this. But now with you guys getting on the internet and saying who did it, you know, what have you, maybe why it was done, whatever, you're exposing too much. This is his point. I'm just interested to know what you all think about that.
And all that old type of shit, like, come on, homie.
I mean, but then again, too, you do have to take, like I said, at what point does TR3YWAY's own actions become a part of this conversation? Because, like, you know, he has since gone on the internet and spoke on his own situation.
Come on. If you can't stand on to say, okay, yeah, bro, you hit me, or whatever the case may be, da-da-da-da-da, I deserve to have taken accountability. Because, here it is, bro, they might be changing, they might have an agreement to say, okay, yeah, because it's like this, bro, you never know what the situation is. Nigga, they in the hole, they still in the investigation. It's ISU and all that old type of shit. Motherfucker might not trying to, motherfucker might wiggle while of a shoe turn. But fucking with you niggas, he most definitely gonna get a 5 piece of some shit. Definitely gonna get a 5 piece of some shit, whoever it is. Because, here it is, bro, they might be changing, they might have an agreement to say, okay, yeah, bro, you hit me, or whatever the case may be, da-da-da-da-da, I deserve to have taken accountability. This is the script we gonna run. We were just in there playing with motherfucking sharp pins, any motherfucking thing. You know what I'm saying? Playing Fortnite, any motherfucker. You don't know what the fuck they stories are gonna be.
That's true. That was pretty much what he had to say there. And so, he, you know, just...
all that will be relevant and substantial information, again, should TR3YWAY have not have himself gone on to, you know, the internet and put out his account of what went on in that cell or what happened in that situation, because all that then becomes just what shoulda, coulda, woulda happened instead of what actually did happen. And at the end of the day, he did, you know, tell his version of the story by wanting to defend himself, but by default, that is, in this situation, self-snitching, because you are incarcerated and you are talking about things that are going on the inside to the world on the outside, and that is supposed to be a no-no. So it's a tricky situation.
To repeat what he said, he's just saying that they could have had an agreement. TR3YWAY 6K and whomever he got into it with, hey man, we gonna go in here and say this, that, and the other. And that happens in prison. Get into a fight, a stabbing, whatever. Hey man, say this, you know, we're gonna say that, or don't say anything, whatever. He's saying that now these dudes done exposed everything, not just saying that he was stabbed or whatever, but again, naming the names and what have you, sort of validating the story on the internet for the police. And so now, you know, it'll be a rather short investigation. Not that the police can just take someone's word on the internet, on YouTube, and say, oh, hey, go and get this individual, say you stabbed him. We know you did because we heard him say it on the internet. You know, not necessarily.
Yeah, but when the individuals on YouTube is one of the prisoners in the prison that you are working at, you might want to take it with a little bit more credibility. It might hit a little bit harder when it's coming from directly inside the actual penitentiary.
Necessarily, it's not going to work like that. And Cstar said that he wasn't there for that one. So it's really just conjecture on his part as well. So the police cannot necessarily just take what they said and run with it. Nevertheless, I certainly do get his point. And again, I'm guilty as well because I ran content on it. I was thinking about it at the time that I ran the content on it. Like I'm helping to put this out there. But yeah, I did it anyway. And so I get it.
Damian Porter is definitely maintaining his accountability. He's like, hey, well, I'm guilty too. I like how he did that.
Again, he's focused on those individuals in prison, really feeling like they're listening or watching them and their content there in prison. I'm not in prison anymore. Shit. I can do whatever I want to do. I'm a content creator. I'm on the street. He's saying them dudes in there, but I'm still getting what he's saying. Again, my hands are still dirty in that. But he's saying those dudes in there are, they are in prison. The police are watching their content. Say what you want, whatever. They already took down one of Brazy's channels, and they know what's going on for the most part. And so he feels like, I suppose his point is, the police are going to see this. They're going to see that video, especially since it sort of went viral, blew up, everybody making content off of it and all that. The police are going to see this. They've already seen it. And you guys are saying names and naming names, putting names in the title, thumbnail, and all this, about who stabbed who and what. My goodness, man, the investigation.
All right, man, I'm going to let y'all catch the rest of this on Damian Porter's page. We up out to the next one. Red dots to the left. You know the rest.
Man, protest the air, man. We on the air, protest the air at our best. You know that, man. Off the air. You know what I'm saying? We out here, ground zero for the neighborhood hero. We got all four corners. TMC, the marathon definitely continue. Mr. Burger right here, live in the flesh. We out here, man. Trap news. You know that, nigga.
Apollo Jackson. Dangerous. You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Work all in the floorboard. Tell the ops check the scoreboard. You can't come outside when it's dangerous. And if you shoot, you ain't miss. A nigga ball like game 6. A nigga ball like game 6.
You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we done came from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6. Missy with the bush and you can save it. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6.
Game 60 bands on my neck when I got it on me. And I remember I was broke, I never let them hold me. Final seconds with my back against the wall. 81 point strong with this K, I call it Kobe. Running through this lettuce, nothing you could tell us. Gotta watch my back, I know that they get jealous. Real shit, I got rich, ain't gotta embellish. Real life made men, they call us good fellas. And I ain't got anxiety, I know it's intuition. May never love a bitch, but I for sure play my position. I know the streets talking, I'm cracking, so I ain't tripping. I said I play for keeps, but I guess them niggas ain't listening. Sick like Jordan, call it game 6. Shoot like Curry and I can't miss. Nah, you can't come outside when it's dangerous. You niggas never outside when it's outside, nigga.
You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we done came from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6. Missy with the bush and you can save it. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6.
I've been winning, tell my ops check the scoreboard. Money in the attic, work all in the floorboard. Late night, that's the life that we pray for. Overtime with the pack is what we in the game for. Put myself in the game and everything is just a memory. Made a couple plays for the pain, not an enemy. Gotta watch my friends more, I gotta watch the enemies. Fake is hella fake, I know we're enemies' intentions. I let it go until it click if I'm an aiming. Started staying safe and ended up staying dangerous. Game on the line, see the pressure I can take. Hall of Fame shit, so if it's mine, I'ma take. Niggas sick like Jordan, call it game 6. Niggas shoot like Curry and I can't miss. Niggas never outside when it's dangerous. Niggas never outside when it's dangerous.
You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we done came from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6. Missy with the bush and you can save it. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6. You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we done came from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6. Missy with the bush and you can save it. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6.
Sick like Jordan, call it game 6. Shoot like Curry and I can't miss. You niggas never outside when it's dangerous. You niggas always inside when it's dangerous. Shoot like Curry and I can't miss. Niggas sick like Jordan, call it game 6. Niggas never outside when it's dangerous.